rock roll.
This shit gon' ride. Grab my bow tie. Grab my bow tie. You'll never see another nigga like this. Used to have that white bitch popping on the night shift. Now I'm one westward sharper than an ice pick. On you rappers' necks and it's feeling like some vice grips. Yeah, that's light shit. Send my bro a kite quick. Ties of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see. Most of them scared to witness. Go and close your eyes. There's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll probably grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences. 23 and 1 out. Praying that that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain, riding on these whole rappers. My hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury. I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. It's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Gun on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the swerve in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the swerve in my whole life. My whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, it got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Sani. My wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home and change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her. They don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain. It's a shame. That's why I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that guy flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Tahoe Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making a hot hurt. Lighters in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. It can't. The streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the swerve in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know life. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the swerve in my whole life. My whole life.
Where we at, Tabawan? We good? They can hear me? All right, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Again, I already said this in the classroom, but everybody watching online, go ahead and like and subscribe to these channels, and shoot a comment into these classes, man, and then go from the Durham and then go to the Goldsboro, then go to Fayetteville and Charlotte. And go. Whenever you see these classes, just make sure that you're not just watching them. Make sure you send that like out. Make sure you subscribe to that channel. Leave a comment, man. It pushes these classes throughout the whole earth, man. You understand? Especially if you in the ISUPK, or even if you just a supporter in the ISUPK, you understand, like, we have enemies in this world who have, resources and hundreds of thousands of men and women who push for their, propaganda and their lies to get pushed throughout all the social media, throughout the whole world all day, every second, which is why you see things like August Alsina, marrying a man. You see things like that because our oppressor wants you to see that. You understand? Our oppressor wants your children to see August Alsina being weak, being married to a man. You understand? And not seeing real strength, like what Commander General Yohana is pushing in the ISUPK. That's not what the oppressor wants you to see. And so, you don't be selfish. You understand? Don't look at these classes and just think like I'm just getting the scriptures, I'm getting my breakdowns, I'm doing this, man. This is a battle. And even if you're not sitting in this seat right now, you understand, teaching these classes, right now, even if you're just watching from home, you are part of this battle, you part of this fight. And there's a way that you can fight, man. And by sharing and liking these classes and commenting on these videos and using those hashtags and pushing that algorithm through the airwaves, you understand, and the media and the social media and the internet, and posting it on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and so on and so forth, man, you helping us win that fight against all of this wicked nastiness that's happening in the earth, man. Right. You understand? So don't downplay, your like, man. We got viewers in here watching this, man. Like and share and subscribe to these videos and to these classrooms and these chats and all of that, good stuff. I ain't really too social media savvy or nothing like that, man. But I know Cap Night Doc said do it, so y'all better do it, man. You understand? But other than that, man, we about to get started, man. Y'all go ahead and clap it up, man. The water for these brothers, man. You brothers inside of this class right here. It's an honor to be here. You understand? Under Commander General Yohana in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You understand? We've been blessed with another day to come out here and, to do what we do, to come out here and learn and to teach, man. And you understand? And just to build, not to build, I don't want to say that word. That sounds too FIG and stop a one, man. I hate that word, man. If I could get a little bit more on the mic, just a tad bit, man. But just to be able to just to come out here and be able to, you understand, to live, to live amongst you brothers, man, to be able to know you brothers, to come out here and, ask questions and get questions answered. It's a beautiful thing for us to have because we ain't had this in the world. You understand? In the world, we had to ask questions that was in concordance to what we was learning. You understand? You had to ask questions about math because you was in algebra class. You had to ask questions about American history because you was in, you understand, you was in American history class. You had to ask questions about the atoms and the molecules because you was in, science class and things like that. When really your mind ain't really on that. Your mind don't give a damn about an atom. You understand? Your mind don't give a damn about I'm too out the water. What them things called? What is the foundation of life? Is it atom or molecules? Atom is smaller than molecules. Okay, I think atom was what I'm looking for then. But right when you were chat, like we ain't really, we don't like we in the world, man. Like we down from drug addiction and like, I mean, we trying to get girls, man. We ain't worried about what a damn atom is. But every time you go to school, it's like you pressured that your questions have to be, it's like they predetermined. Your questions are predetermined because it's like you got to learn what it is that they teaching you so that you can excel in their world. But excelling in their world, and by they I mean our oppressor, you understand? And excelling in their world, it doesn't necessarily save us. You understand? It doesn't help us. It doesn't help us in the world that we come from, because everybody can't be a Jamie Foxx. We ain't got the spirit like that. Everybody can't be a Will Smith. And damn sure everybody can't be an August Alsina. If you in here, I know you ain't no August Alsinas in here. I know that can't be you. You understand? Because Commander General Yohanas don't raise no sissies, man. You understand? And the brothers in here have to be hardcore to be One West. I was just sitting down with Captain Zakar not too long ago. And he was telling me, he was dropping some jewels on me, man. About, Captain Zakar, he come from the old school. He don't even know. I about shed a tear just listening to him talk, just to hear some of the stories that he had and just how deep this thing go. You understand? And them brothers back then, they were warriors, man. They was solid, like they were soldiers. They was not the Christian church, and they took that to a whole nother level. You understand? But that's what we are today, man. We them same soldiers. You understand? We them same warriors in here, but yet, we just ain't being led by America no more. America ain't leading us and predetermining what our questions are, predetermining what we should be talking about, predetermining what we should be seeing. We the ones that are determining what it is that needs to be seen. You understand? And what needs to be seen is brotherhood. Right. That's what needs to be seen. Blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians coming together and loving one another. That's what needs to be seen in America, because that's the thing that's been forgotten. America history ain't been forgotten. We know who the first president of America. Who knows? Maisha? George Washington. Well, then that's that. So we don't need to go over that no more. Right. You understand? We don't need to go over that. But what we do need to go over is who these brothers are in the Bible that have been forgotten, that have been whitewashed, that have been lost in the sauce, as many would say, because of the Renaissance era, because of the propaganda, because of the lies of America, the hypocrisy. You understand? The Christian dogma that they push on us so that we will forget our ancestors. These are the things that are supposed to be learned, and that's why being in here is such an honor, man. You understand? To be up here, like, don't even just look at me as a teacher, because I sit up here, and I may be driving a car right now, but you brothers, man, you brothers create the vehicle that we driving in right now, man. And the same way y'all learning from me, I'm learning from y'all. You understand? I'm learning from y'all spirit. You understand? And we gonna rock this thing out, man. So we got a couple topics, man. And today, man, we gonna go into the couple topics, mainly dealing with leadership, but also this, I might touch on the August Alsina thing. You understand? But we know that we know what it is with August Alsina, man. We know what it is, and we know what makes August Alsina comfortable to do what he do. You understand? And we know that he got a demon on him that he has to fight. And the problem with August Alsina is that August Alsina he don't have no brotherhood. Right. He don't have no men. I'm gonna come to you right in a second. He don't got no men. You understand? No brothers that's around. Because of course, August Alsina is what? He rich. He got money, right? So he don't got brothers around him that'll tell him, hey man, you wrong. You don't need to do that, man. Like, I ain't about to hang with you no more. You understand? I can't rock with you no more if you do that. He don't got that because he got money. So the people that roll with August Alsina, even though he just did what he did, come out and said the most disgusting thing an actor man could do. You understand? Them men that's rolling with August Alsina, they go still roll with him because he got money. You understand? And let the scripture say a gift destroyeth the heart, man. And that money destroying those brothers that's rolling with August Alsina, and entirely it destroyed him. Top of one, what you have?
Salakia, if I could, that August Alsina thing is real crazy because if I'm not mistaken, basically he tried to be funny and that is backfiring really bad on him. Mm-hmm. In other words, he tried to play it off like, yeah, I found love, y'all. I found real love. And they saying that dude is his brother. I don't know how true that is, but they saying it's like, oh, he's saying, well, I don't need, basically saying I don't need a woman. I got my friend or my brother or what have you. But it came off so gay and effeminate because he is effeminate that everyone is like, oh, look, August finally came out. That would never happen with a brother in the truth.
No.
That would never happen. No one
No.
would ever, you know what I'm saying? If I say, yo, man, I love this brother right here, no one would ever say that a brother in here is coming out because we don't even put out that type of energy. Even if an August Alsina ain't actually gay, quote unquote, the fact that you putting out that kind of energy comes from exactly what Officer Yarmark is saying. Because you don't have brotherhood, you don't have real men around you, and because you're lacking that, them demons are kicking your behind. So if you don't want to look like an effeminate fool, I suggest you leave the Christian church and come into ISUPK, because otherwise you're going to end up looking very fruity, even by accident. Salakia.
Good night. Yeah, give him a hand, man. Get the officer a hand. You understand? Give me 1 Corinthians chapter 8 and verse 9. Because what he said, like, that's why I said I wasn't really gonna get into it, because I haven't had the opportunity to really go into the story as of whether, what he did was just a hoax, or what he did wasn't a hoax. I seen it. I heard what he said, and what he said was, it was very effeminate, and it wasn't a masculine thing for any man to do. You understand? But even the fact that I thought that what he did was true in his entirety and being gay, that should go to show you that, like, the people that surround him, like, they do not love him. They do not love that man. You understand? And you see it with him with all his drug addiction and the things that he go through. You understand? Like, who are these people that's around him every day? Who is the people that tell him, hey, look, you need to check yourself, man. Like, maybe you need to go get some therapy. Like, you need some help, man, because you're not right. You like, who that other brother, Orlando Brown? Like, Orlando Brown, like, everybody who claims to be close to Orlando Brown, they hate him. Right. They hate Orlando Brown. You got to be like, I couldn't imagine allowing Thabawan to get up in front of a microphone and he's saying the things, and like, hey, cut this out, man. Cut it out. Like, no, nigga, go sit down, man. You unfit right now. Like, I would be, why? Because that's love, man. Because I don't want to see my brother make a fool out of himself, man. And I don't want my brother to make a fool out of us, which is what these people that are sick are doing. And of course, social media uses them to propagate what black people are. Nothing but drug dealers, whores, prostitutes, fools, and jokesters and gangbangers. That's all we are. We ain't nothing good. Of course, the Japanese man, he always what? Super smart. He always, them Asian people, they can, what is X determined by the Y power effect of X times 13 times 46. Of course, Nihao Kai Lan comes in and she's 12, right? That's the propaganda that they push. But us, you understand, we nothing but just weak, destroyed, or overly advert, you understand, or overly aggressive and just stupid. And that's what we are in this place, man. You understand? But read what you got. This is what, what's his name? August Alsina got to understand.
Count out the one, sir. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 9. But take heed, lest by any means this liberty of yours.
What does liberty mean? You want to look it up? What does liberty mean? Let's break it down. Somebody give him the microphone. Read it loud, man. Let's look at everybody online to hear these words, man. You understand? Also, Samar, can somebody what's going on with the light? We doing this. Is it good? No. Wait, hey, look, this is good. It looks good. If it look good, it look great to me. Let's roll. We good.
It's a what?
Yeah, no, we good. I'll just making sure that it won't blown or nothing. You understand? I'm gonna say, damn. All right, come on. What does liberty mean?
This is from the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. Definition for liberty is a noun. It means the quality or state of being free.
The state of being free, right? Is there any more?
You got some more. The power to do as one pleases.
The power to do as one pleases, right? So liberty means that what? You are free to do whatever you want to do. That's what liberty means, Right? Now go back to the scripture. And remember what August Alsina did, and remember what a lot of our people do. You understand? Because a lot of our people, they believe that God gave them what? What does the majority of Christians in the world believe that God gave them? Not liberty, it's another word. If you don't mind, Thabawan, get the young man a shot. Come on.
I was gonna say like freedom of choice.
Close.
Free will.
Free will. A lot of us believe that we have free will. Like we have the choice to decide whether we want to eat pork or not. Or we have the choice to decide whether we want to be righteous or to be unrighteous. Whether we want to be loyal or disloyal or liars or not liars. Like the Lord gave us a choice to choose. When the Lord, there is no such thing as free will. You understand? There is a such thing as good and evil. And the Lord created good. And what is good? Good is obeying the Lord. You understand? And you know what comes from that? Old age, generations of children. You understand? Your people be on top, not dying from drug addiction, not being shot by police, not being killed by police brutality. That's what comes with being good. And what is evil? Evil is also comes from the Lord, does it not? The Lord said, I create good and evil. He healed and he killed. But evil is the punishment that he uses to punish you because you chose not good. You didn't choose good. You chose evil. And so now you have to die from AIDS. Now you have to die from HIV. Now you have to die from drug addiction. You understand? That's what the Lord created evil to punish those who chose not to serve him. There ain't no gray area. You either choose to serve the Lord or you don't. You understand? You don't have free will. You understand? You don't get to decide how you get to live or what's best for you. The Lord don't give a damn about what's best for you. And that's a big misconception in the Christian church. In the Christian church, we taught that the Lord is here for us. Somehow, through 400 years in the Christian church, somehow our arrogant behind started to believe that the Lord was here for us and not us here for the Lord. Like the Lord cares about what we go through. Like the Lord somehow, like the Lord is upstairs crying at you, Gapariyaf. He crying down there because, man, Gapariyaf, man, I know he was trying to eat that last chicken wing, but it dropped on the floor, and I know he's hungry. I know he's like somehow we think as Christians like the Lord give a damn about you dropping that chicken wing. The Lord give a damn about you losing that job, or the Lord give a damn about you losing that woman. The Lord don't give a damn about that. How could the Lord give a damn about that? Think about everything that the Lord has lost. Think about everything that the Lord has given you since the time of Adam in the garden. The Lord gave Adam everything. Right. The Lord seen that Adam was lonely, and what the Lord give him? A helpmate. The Lord gave him a woman and told the woman to do what? To obey Adam, to obey the man as unto the Lord. The Lord gave Adam that, and what Adam do? Adam turned around and spit in the Lord's face. You understand? Being the first beta male, listening to his woman to disobey the Lord. Think about that, man. Think about how the Lord chose the children of God to be the children of God. And we thought what? We thought that the daughters of men were fair. The daughters of men were fair. We thought that heathen women were better than the women of God. And the Lord had to flood the earth. Think about everything that the Lord give us that we turn around and we just disown. Think about Christ. Christ raised Lazarus from the dead. And to this day, there is no book of Lazarus. Christ raised him from the dead, man. And he turned around and didn't follow Christ. You understand? So how do we, over the time of being in a Christian church, turn this whole idea into thinking that somehow the Lord was supposed to be serving us? He ain't here to serve us. We here to serve him. And there it is very black and white. You understand? You either serve him or you don't. But he gonna reward those by what they do. You understand? You could choose to serve him or you could choose to not to. But the Lord never gave you the choice of free will. There is a punishment and a reward for everything that we do on this earth. Read it again.
God. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 8 and verse 9.
Uh-huh.
But take heed,
Uh-huh.
lest by any means this liberty of yours.
But take heed, meaning understand this. Least by any means, this liberty of yours, you know, August Alsina has liberty, right? August Alsina ain't in the truth. He ain't getting checked by Commander General Yohana like how you brothers do. He ain't getting checked by Captain Ithak like how you brothers do. Give Captain Ithak a hand, man. Who just gave birth, Salaki, who just, you understand, his woman just gave birth to another soldier in the truth, man. You understand? But they not under the same, you understand, what you call it, obedience, or what's the word I'm looking, body, but it's another word I'm looking for. Authority, right? They not under the same authority that you brothers is under. They don't go through the same pain that you brothers have to go through just to live. You understand? Like, if you ain't in the UPK, you don't know what living is, man. We in here, we living, because we get waking up every day. You think you make one wrong turn and it's a checking coming. That's life, huh? That's life. You understand? But in the world, August Alsina ain't living. He got liberty. He has the freedom to do what he wants to do. You understand? But the Lord is telling him, take heed, lest by any means this freedom, this liberty, keep going,
of yours,
become
a stumbling block.
What is a stumbling block? Yeah, you sure? An obstacle, right? Meaning a stumbling block would affect someone who's what? Who's blind, who can't see, right? You place a stone in front of them so that it trips them up and it makes them fall, right? Something, you understand? Something like, well, I'm gonna get into it after we finish. So this is, so take heed, lest by any means your freedom of yours becomes a stumbling block. Keep going.
To them that are weak.
To them that are weak. August Alsina is becoming a stumbling block with his antics. His gay antics is a stumbling block to those who are weak, because there are people who look up to August Alsina. There are people who look up to him and think that because he has money, because he's famous, because he has popularity, because he's a celebrity, that whatever he does must be okay. Because, of course, he's rich. August Alsina drives what? Lamborghinis, Rolls Royces, got a mansion. And you want that life, don't you? And so if he says it's okay to love another man as a man, then that makes a weak man think what? It makes him think that it's okay. If August Alsina teaches, if Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg tells you that it's okay to smoke weed, right? And because they're rich, because they're popular, because they're famous, it makes a weak man think what? It makes a weak man think that it must be okay for me to smoke weed, when it ain't, idiot. Smoking weed has been illegal since 1864. When the Mexicans started coming across the borders and they was using weed to start and take power out against America and Texas. They were using the drug to fuel their wars against America. And so you know what America did? They made it illegal until they could get control of Mexico again and kick the Mexicans back out. And now that they got control of Mexico and they got the rest of the Mexicans in the borders, now they make weed legal again. You understand? Because that's all it is with America. But it's always been illegal, but yet here comes Snoop Dogg, who the whole world loves Snoop Dogg, and he smokes weed on stage. That doesn't ever dawn on you. You don't ever question, how the hell, when did Snoop Dogg come out? What, the 80s, 90s? 91? In 91, somebody Google this. In 1991, how many states in America was marijuana usage legal? Look that up. Somebody's look it up. In 1990, how many states had weed legalized then? I'll wait. You understand? Somebody look that up. Somebody read the scripture one more time.
Yes, sir. Want me to read the scripture from the top again?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 8 and verse 9. But take heed, lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak.
Meaning you become an obstacle to those who are actually trying to be strong. You understand? Weak men are always trying to be strong, but there's things that is stopping them from gaining strength. And that thing is you, with your fame and your money and your status. You stopping people, man. Like, I was in the clubhouse last night. Shout out to the Israelite School of UPK for shutting the clubhouse down last night. Everybody from WAC 100 side seen who real niggas was last night. And you understand? And definitely during that versus battle. You understand? All of the women want to come be wives to one of us now. You understand? And they absolutely can. So you understand? It was some sis out there in Greensboro. Sis, you look, better come on out here and get you one of these priests. That's besides the point. But the point was this, man. Hold on 1 second. You got it? Hold on. Hold, you got it? Hold on with your point, though. Let me get this off my screen. Read the scripture one more time, Salagi. We only got the one mic. Oh, okay. No sweat. We good.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 8 and verse 9. But take heed, lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak.
To them that are weak, man. To those who is looking for strength. You understand? They looking at Snoop Dogg and they looking at Wiz Khalifa and so on and so forth for strength because they think that strength resides in the status that America gives you when it doesn't. You understand? How can strength reside in the status that America gives you when America has to give it to you? How could it reside in that? Like if America says that he's popular, then can't America say that he's not popular? If America makes this man rich, can't America make him poor? If America keeps someone alive, can't they also kill him? If America judges one man to 10 years, can't he also judge him to life? America has the power. So why is it that we look at these superstars and celebrities as if they have any power in America? They don't. We see it with Colin Kaepernick. We seeing it with Kyrie Irving and Kanye West. When they do anything against America, what does America do? It shows them just how much power they don't have. Like you think you're gonna be a famous NFL superstar. Colin Kaepernick won a Super Bowl, 2 years before the Nilla incident? Or was it 4 to 2 years? 2 to 4 years? Right? Somebody correct me. No, Colin Kaepernick. Super Bowl. He didn't win it, but he was in it. I know he was in it, was he not? Yeah, he was in it. So we're talking about a quarterback who potentially was a Super Bowl winner. You understand? An outstanding athlete who probably would have won it. And then, if he would have got a couple more pieces to his team, you're talking about a great quarterback. But yet, and still, America showed him how much of a nigga he actually was when he decided to stand up for black people. So how do we look up to our celebrities and think that they have any power in this place? You don't. You understand? How many of y'all seen Django? What's the black dude off Django name? Steven. Did Steven have power? How do you know? I mean, Steven was popular, right? I mean, everybody on the plantation knew Steven, right? Couldn't Steven call some shots? Yeah, he could. Couldn't Steven get a black man punished if he wanted to? Yeah, he could. Didn't Steven eat the good food? Yeah. Steven had good clothes on him, didn't he? He had on the suit, the tie, the white shirt, the slacks. He looked good, didn't he? He was popular. Steven was a celebrity. Steven was Charles Barkley. And Charles Barkley, just like Steven, has absolutely zero power in anything that is pertaining to America. None. You understand? You like a good puppy. You like a good dog. Like, I'm like, yo, hey, don't step on my dog, man. Like, move, that's my dog bed. But in actuality, the power or the power that my dog has, it only goes as far as I give it. The second I say, yo, kick that damn mud out the house. Yeah, you ain't got no power. You ain't got no say-so here. You understand? But we look up to these people, and these people play stumbling blocks in front of us. Dwayne Wade telling us that his son at 13 could become a girl. That's a stumbling block. You understand? And my point is this. These ain't no leaders, man. These ain't no leaders for black people. You can't look up to celebrities and rich men amongst the nation of Israel, amongst blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and think that these are the people that's going to lead our people. They not. They weak and they gay. Obviously. I mean, goddamn, how many more celebrities got to come out as being gay before you realize that they're just gay? Why would you keep listening to them? You shouldn't. You understand? And in knowing that, we should know that we should start listening to real leaders. We should start listening to real men like Commander General Han and the Israelite School of UPK. That's who we really should be listening to. Like General Mahayman and the generals, man. And the captains that we have and the officers above us. That's who we should be listening to, because the men that's in the UPK don't give a damn about the social class of America. We think we give a damn about being on the Southern Poverty Law Center line or whatever they call it? Think we care? No. We go on out every Saturday, Lord allow, and we blaze on all press and we tell them the truth. We tell them that the Jews are black, and we tell them a little bit more than Kyrie Irving. We tell them that they ain't nothing but a convert. They ain't nothing but a liar and a vagabond. They ain't even got no culture, man. They like a roach on a wall looking for something to devour, man. That's it. Waiting to get stomped on, man. And that stomping gonna come. Yeah, right. But it's gonna come when we stop looking to them for help. It's gonna come when we stop looking to men that they put over us to be leaders in our community, because they ain't leading us to nothing but to the slaughter, man, because they putting stumbling blocks in front of us. They telling us that we gotta accept everything that our America give us when we don't, because that's not what the Bible say. The Bible didn't do that. You understand? Mattathias, he ain't accept what the Greeks was giving him. He ain't do that. He went to war with the Greeks, and now we learn about Mattathias thousands of years ago in the book of the Maccabees. You understand? Ezekiel ain't accepted. Paul ain't accepted. Christ ain't accepted. Christ died before he would have bended the knee to a Roman. He did that. He got crucified before he would have bowed his neck to an oppressor that's wanting to murder him and his family, making it illegal to claim himself to be a Jew. But Christ said he the king of the Jews, man. You understand? And he was a nigga just like you. And he won't no punk. He won't no coward, man. You understand? He won't go sell you out to no religion or to no idol for no money. And that's what the Bible is about, man. And that's brotherhood. That's brotherhood. That's the strength that blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians need. Not the strength that not the strength that August Alsina got with his money. Not the strength that Snoop Dogg got with his money, and Wiz Khalifa and 50 Cent with their money. I'm telling you, man, they are weak, man. Them niggas, that Salakia, them brothers ain't got no strength, man. They suckers, man. They sissies. I guarantee you, none of them could ever sit in the seat that y'all sit, man. Not one of them. They couldn't stand in front of here and talk about nothing. And you see it on Clubhouse. Them idiots, man. Think that they know something because they got a little bit of money. Think that because they sell a little bit of drugs. Think because they rap. Think because they ain't a gang that they got some kind of power. They ain't got no kind of power, man. But you brothers do. You brothers got a power, man, to fight against the man that has been the biggest threat to all of civilization since he came out the Caucasus Mountains, man. Since he came out, Mount Seir, man. Since the time of the Renaissance, the Dark Ages, you got the strength to fight against that. You understand? And to not fight against your brother. To not fight against another black man because he rock another color. Because he rock red and you rock blue. That's the strength that you got. And that's the strength that we got to use, man. You understand? Read what you got.
So like you, sir, this is basically when the first state to get legalized for medical use of marijuana was California in 1996.
The first place to legalize the medical use, right? Not recreational. Medical use of marijuana was in 96? Was in 1996 by California. What was the next one? Does it give me a little bit more?
Next, you got Alaska in 1998.
Nobody gives a damn about Alaska, but no sweat.
You got Nevada and then Oregon, Washington.
So the next one, 1998, what was the next one?
1999 was Maine.
Maine?
And then 2000 was Colorado.
2000, I'm sure, of course, over time,
Okay.
it just started to catch on. But when did Snoop Dogg come out when he was rapping about smoking weed? 91, 92. Snoop Dogg was rapping about something that would get you locked up for the next 5 years to come. And of course, Snoop Dogg is a worldwide, world premiere, world renowned superstar. So you know damn well in North Carolina they was bumping Snoop Dogg. They was bumping Snoop Dogg in Florida and in Texas and in Nevada and North and South Dakota. I mean, maybe not so much there, but no sweat. There was a nigga in South Dakota bumping Snoop Dogg, right? And he was smoking weed, you understand? And his 6'4", like Eazy-E, and he was the one getting arrested. He was the one getting shot by the police because he was smoking weed. Why? Because Snoop Dogg said it was okay. Because Wiz Khalifa teaches us that it's okay to live that lifestyle. But yet we the ones that's ending up in body bags, while America uses Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa as bait, like how they use deer piss to hunt deer. That's all. Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg ain't nothing but a body for the deer piss. And here you come looking for the deer. You think, oh, this family right here. This family. And you go sniffing your nose on Snoop Dogg, and next thing you know, you the one getting shot and locked up in jail for football numbers. Because you think that everything okay, because you think that America loves Snoop Dogg. America don't love Snoop Dogg. They don't. America loves what Snoop Dogg can do for them, and that's the difference. You understand? That's it. America has never loved blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, but they do love what you can do for them, which is why Black History Month ain't about you. What is Black History Month about? It's about great black men, right? It's about Martin Luther King and what he did, and Malcolm X and what he did, and Thurgood Marshall and Frederick Douglass and what they did. But what about you? What about the niggas who built Wall Street? What about the niggas who slaved in the banks? What about the niggas who built the railroads? What about the niggas you hung from trees that you sick dogs on? What about the niggas who was in the back marching with Martin Luther King? What about the regular folk, the good old country Negro? What about him? Black history ain't for him. You understand? Because they don't respect you. Because you ain't great in their eyes, man. You ain't nothing but just a nigga. You understand? And they only, and it's so disgusting, man, because they only respect those who dead. You know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King, all of the Malcolm X, they dead, and now they get respect. Like the only way to get respect, you got to die first before you get it. Come on.
Good. That's a heavy point. Either you got to die to get respect, or you got to become a shell of yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean? You got to become a nice little docile mascot. When Muhammad Ali was, you know what I'm saying, was dominating in the heavyweight division at the same time while saying, I'm not going to fight Viet Congs who never called me no nigga. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to fight you right here. When he was doing that, he was hated by the media. Right. He was hated by the oppressor. They could not stand him. But then when he became a frail, old, shaking Parkinson's victim, right, then they want to give him the torch to go light at the Olympics.
Now Muhammad Ali could be great.
Right.
Right? Because Muhammad Ali poses what? No threat.
That's right.
He poses no threat no more with his Parkinson's disease and his old age.
That's right.
You understand? He ain't float like a butterfly, sting like a bee no more. He in a wheelchair. You understand? So what can Muhammad Ali do? He don't even recognize nobody no more. So now they want to give him his glory, man. And that's something that's unforgivable, man. That's unforgivable that we got brothers who have done great things in this earth. We got sisters who have done great things in this earth. And like even now today, we look at our celebrities and we always say what? Give them their flowers now. Give them their flowers now while they alive. Well, somebody got to pay for not giving Muhammad Ali his flowers, man. Somebody got to pay for not giving our brothers their flowers. Harriet Tubman her flowers. Somebody got to pay for not giving Nat Turner his flowers because he died before anybody could ever recognize him for being great. When these are great amongst our people, man. You understand? At least in a worldly concept. But now we learned in the truth that there's actual great men that we can follow that's actually still alive today, man. Paul, Peter. You understand? These brothers, these prophets in the Bible, they living and breathing through these words in this book. And these are the words that we're supposed to be following. Not August Alsina, man. Not T.D. Jakes and Creflo Dollar and the Jehovah's Witness and Catholicism and baptism. Not none of that nonsense, man. But these brothers that laid their life down and sacrificed everything to give us these words, man, to teach us how to be brothers, to teach us how to be sisters, to teach us how to be fathers and mothers and husbands and wives and friends to one another, man. That's what they died for, so that we can have, so that then we can rule over this country, this nation, man. We can rule over this whole world, this earth. Salakia. You understand? But we neglect these words and we pick up the words of Wiz, you know, what's his name? Wiz Khalifa. Come on, man. You know, that's nonsense and they gotta stop. Somebody give me Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Oh, nation not desired, man. Now, this is talking about a specific group of people, but who is this? Who is this group of people?
So like, sir, the Israelites, sir.
How do you know?
Because blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the Israelites are not the ones being not desired, sir.
How do you know that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the ones that's not desired?
Salakia, sir, for me. I would say that we know that we're not desired because the oppression that we have faced, the conditions and the curses of the Bible are what we basically.
Okay. What else?
Yeah, we fit the curses because we fit the curses in Deuteronomy 28 that describes what we're going through right now.
All right. I want y'all to answer this question, but I want you to answer it. I don't want you to answer it because of what you heard in the class. I want you to answer it from your own life. How do you know that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are undesired in this place? What have you seen in your life, in your time of being on this earth?
Salakia, sir.
Mm-hmm.
It's like police brutality, just driving while black. It's like so many things you can really name. You know what I'm saying? Like we get killed the most is like, you know, abortion clinics, they made them basically for us. Like, you know, like.
Okay. Anything else?
I'm like we're the only group of people that get football numbers like for like the pettiest crimes. Like you was touching on Snoop earlier. That. And then like the brother said, and I was gonna say that too, like abortion. And then, you know, the father, like the system broke up our homes, like the fathers not being in the household and, you know, us growing up in dysfunctional families, being in poverty, things of that sort. And like just not having like the things that other nations have because we're under the oppression of America. So that's what I would say.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever fought yourself to not be black? You haven't? So you never shaved your face just to look the part? You never turned down the music in your car just so that other people wouldn't be uncomfortable? You never made sure that your appearance was of substantial enough so that the people who you was about to be appearing in front of made them feel good, right? Tabawan, what you got? So have you ever fought yourself to be black? Why?
It's like, sir, to make them feel comfortable enough to allow you to live in their world.
Because you know that being black is undesirable in this place. You know that no one wants you to be a nigga in here. You want to go in the bank. Like how many times before you go in the bank, you sit in the car and you going out, you like in the back of your mind, you know that you the one that make the bank rich, right? You know that, right? You know the bank is only rich because of you. Like you pay, like you're the, like when you walk in a bank, right? The security guard, the janitor, the bank teller, the person working the window, the manager, the person in the vault, they all get paid off of you. You the one paying them. It's because of your business that they're getting paid. But you walk in there and you. Why? It ain't got nothing to do with the bank. Nothing to do with the bank. It has everything to do with what American society deems comfortable. And American society don't deem being black comfortable. You understand? It don't deem a brother looking like a Negro being comfortable. You understand? Because we've been taught since the birth what's it called? The Birth of a Nation. Back in the 70s, the 60s, the 50s, right? That black people that's when they was using blackface and making movies about us raping white women. Since then, we've been taught that being black was nothing more than being a savage. You understand? They did the same thing with the Mexicans, the same thing with the Native Indians, painted them red, had them running around acting like the Native Indians was just raping and ravaging and pillaging and killing everything, just so everyone would have a sense of just have an idea that these people were a type of people who needed to be slaughtered, so that they can go and slaughter them, man. That's what the oppressor did to us. Go ahead, what you had?
I was gonna say also, like, another thing is like the I call it stereotypical racism. That's just the term I use. Because you know how many times, like, before when I first came into school, like, I had my face shaved. And I noticed people felt more comfortable around me. But once I start growing my facial hair out, my hair, people always, you know how many times I've had white people look at me weird, or look at me like I'm like they scared of me or something, like I'm intimidating, or they'll say you look mean. Like they try to come with that angry nigga stereotype, like I'm mean or intimidating. This is recently. I had a white woman come to me and say I look mean. I'm like, and I'm just chilling. I don't know. It's just like my quiet demeanor. I don't just know if I just look intimidating. I don't know what it is, but I've had that happen several times. Y'all look mean or intimidating.
Yeah, you understand, and you. Here's the beauty of it though. In the Isupk, this is where we think you look righteous up in here. You look like a man of God up in here. You ain't got to worry about that in here. But you definitely have to worry about that in the world, man, because you are undesirable in this place. And so that's why I asked that question. I want y'all to be able to start pulling from your own personal backgrounds. Like dig deep into how you know that oppression is real. Not because, of course, we know George Floyd, yeah. We know about, the Trail of Tears and things like that. But think like be able to relate to people that you know that grew up with you. Be able to relate to people that could understand exactly what you said. Just like how I said, how many of you try to to kill kill your own image for white people? Y'all understand it at first, but then when I said it, you're like, oh hell yeah, I did it last night when I went to Walmart. Took the shield off my neck. You understand? But you do this uncomfortable because you know that we being you being black in this place is undesirable, man. You understand? Anybody else got anything else? Mm-hmm. Y'all get down on that coffee. Get down on some coffee, man.
All right.
All right.
Salaki, sir.
Uh-huh.
I was wanting to kind of get a breakdown on Jeremiah 10 and 2, like a little bit more in depth, because
Come on.
So this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 2. Thus say the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. Hold on. You want me to read 3 as well?
Hold on 1 second. So brother need a breakdown on Jeremiah 10 and verse 2. All right. This is talking about what Jeremiah is teaching the children of Israel is how to not, like join themselves into other nations, because this is what we was doing. We was learning from other nations at the time, and we was following under their customs, meaning whatever they would do, we would do it. You understand? And so at this time, we was following after the holidays and the customs of the people, which was just like to look at the stars and look at the constellations, and to think that because these stars, I wish we had the TV on, man, because it's the funniest thing in the world, man. The constellations of Leo, right? Everyone thinks that Leo is a lion, right? But if you look at the constellations of the stars of the Leo, that is not a damn lion. It is not a lion. That is like random dots that some 3-year-old was just like, lion. And we think it is a lion, and it's not. If you just Google it on your phone, the constellations of Leo, it's not a lion. But they will tell you that it's a lion because you're stupid. And they know that you're stupid. And so they know that you'll believe anything that any heathen tells you. And then you're going to go buy different scents and different stones and different gems and different crystals because you think that it aligns with the chakras of a lion. And you're going to go and get sage. And you're going to burn sage all over your house, even though you burn sage all over your house every time you cook damn near anything. Anything you use with seasoning has sage in it, but you think that because you burning sage, you cleansing demons. It's stupid. Yeah, like religion is a stupid thing. Look, here's the thing that get me, Tabawan. They'll eat Thanksgiving dinner, right? Which they cooked it with sage, and sage is supposed to kill demons. But then if someone has a bowel movement or someone's gassy, they'll say that's a what? That's a demon. I thought sage killed the demons. He cooked with it. He ate it. I mean, damn, the sage is in his digestive system, and this demon's still in there lurking around. Sage must not be, too strong. But it's stupid. You understand? Good point.
Like it. Okay, so I looked up the constellation Leo. That shit look like an iron.
It's not a lion. It don't. It's like a handle with like the body of like you just holding something. It's not a lion. But we think that Leo looks like a lion. It doesn't. But that's how stupid we are. Like we really just take whatever they give us and we just run with it. You understand? Nobody ever looks up anything. No one reads anything. We just, hey man, I'm a Leo, man. That mean I brag a lot. That mean I do this and that mean I do that. And it's just really a sorry excuse for you to be the terrible person. That's all it ever is, man. That's all it ever is. Just a sorry excuse for you to be a terrible person, man. You understand? But read it again. I'm going to break it down for you.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 2. Thus save the Lord. Learn not the way of the heathen.
Meaning, the Lord is telling us to don't learn the way of the heathen. Heathens are any nation of people that is outside the race of the nation of Israel. If they are not Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, then their customs and their culture and their knowledge and wisdom is not for us to learn. Don't learn their ways. Keep going.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. Meaning, don't look for the blood moon and the rising sun and the this, that, and the third, and all of this means something and does this. Like all of that is of the Lord, man. Like let the Lord take care of that, man. The Lord created them stars. The Lord created the sun and the moon, man. The Lord didn't create that for you to just be out here thinking that, yeah, the crazy people are coming out tonight because it's a full moon. Like, nigga, this ain't Twilight. That's not real. It's not a real thing. The crazy people do not come out because the moon is out. That's not real. Stop being stupid. If I'm not mistaken, Dylan Stormroof shot 9 people in Charleston, South Carolina in broad daylight. The devil who shot up Buffalo, New York, killed 14 people, shot them in broad daylight. The devil who shot up Uvalde, Texas, in that elementary school, 19 children, shot them and killed them in broad daylight. Sandy Hook took place in broad daylight. The Boston bomber took place in broad daylight. It ain't got nothing to do with the moon. So, I mean, the Twin Towers fell in broad daylight at 9 a.m. Pearl Harbor happened in broad daylight. Hiroshima and Nagasaki happened in broad daylight. The Raleigh mass shooting that just happened in broad daylight. George Floyd died in broad daylight. Eric Garner died, broad daylight. Sandra Bland died, broad daylight. Fidel Castile died in broad daylight. The crazy people don't happen at nighttime. It's stupid. You understand? Come on. You talking about yeah, that's I know the one in Charlotte was the brother who was waiting on his daughter in the van. He was reading a book. Yeah, the brother who got shot in his back, he got shot like 22 times or something like that. And his brother ended up going to the court and was making a, causing a fool and all of that. Yeah, that was awesome in broad daylight. Yes. So the crazy people don't just come out at nighttime. That's all.
It's like it, sir.
Uh-huh.
What you saying so heavy? Because it's like even reading the verse now, it's like taking it in. It's more so. It's like in the world. For one, people don't read the Bible. For two, it's like people do things without questioning them. So it's like people be zodiac sign people based off of not actually like how you usually look at the constellation. It doesn't look like a lion, but they'll say it's a lion because they didn't look. They didn't care to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we're not our own people here in America.
Yeah.
We belong to other nations, right? But this is what Jeremiah was teaching us to not do. Read it again. Go ahead, young man. Come on. Can somebody send me one more time with one of them? Baba Kasha. Yeah. Okay, take the cup. Come on.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 2.
Uh-huh.
Thus save the Lord. Learn not the way of the heathen.
Uh-huh.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Uh-huh.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
For the heathen are dismayed. Now, was your question specifically with just verse 2?
Come.
Yeah, so that's what that's talking about. When this goes into, somebody help the young man out. That goes into just us following after all of they holidays and things like that, because we was learning to serve other gods because of the like you got to understand this, right? and pay attention to this for a second. Just hold off on the beer. The Lord is not with heathen nations. They weren't given high holy days like we were, like the Passover, where it means something, like the Feast of Purim. You understand? Like the Feast of First Fruits. And so because they weren't given these things, they're forced to do what? They're forced to have to create something. And because they know that what they create is worthless, they have to do what? Read verse 3. Read verse 4. Now read verse 3. We'll read the whole thing. Come on.
Slack you, sir. Verse 4.
Uh-huh.
Verse 3.
Uh-huh.
For the customs of the people are vain.
So because their holidays are worthless, because the Lord didn't give them holidays. The Lord didn't give them nothing. They didn't give them the law, like Paul said in the book of Romans. They weren't given it. Read verse 4. Their customs are vain. It's worthless. It doesn't mean anything. Read.
Verse 4.
Uh-huh.
They deck it with silver and with gold.
They have to deck it with silver and with gold. They have to dress it up to get you to follow it. Otherwise, you would never do it. They have to say, oh, Thanksgiving isn't about the slaughter of the Native American Indians. It's really just about love and about family and coming together and happiness and joyousness to get you to follow it. Because they really know that Thanksgiving is a piece of garbage. Right. They can't make you celebrate Christmas without the lights, without the fun, without the fireworks, without the snow and the songs and the holiday scents and smells and fragrances. They can't do it with just purpose alone, because Christmas has no purpose. It has no meaning. It has no nothing. It's vain. So they have to dress it with silver and gold. They have to get trees and put ornaments on it so that you can be dismayed at it, so that you can look at that tree and you could be astonished by it. So you could be what you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Distracted. So that you can be distracted. They have to dress it up because it's not worth a damn. You understand? Like even in the hood, right? Even in the hood, when you got a product and in the hood, you got to step on it sometimes. Sometimes you got to step on it to make it stretch. But when you step on it, what do? You got to put it in new yellow baggies. Put it in the new yellow baggies, or you put it in the black tinted capsules with the red tops. right? And then after you step on some more, you got to put it in a blue tinted capsules with the green tops, because that's what makes people fall in love with it. Salakia, I know I'm going too deep into it. Salakia, good night. But that's the point. The point is that you know that it's worth it. Like people who got a product that you know is the best, I don't give a damn. You look, hey, Louis Vuitton ain't coming door to door to sell you no bag like them vacuum machine people are. They don't care. They not doing that because they know that their product is worth it. So they gonna put it in the store. You come get it, you don't. You understand? But Christmas, they have to force it on you. They have to force you to buy it. They have to force you to celebrate Thanksgiving. They have to force you to celebrate Halloween. They have to force you to celebrate 4th of July because it's worth nothing. Top one,
Salakia, to your point, so heavy. Mm-hmm. Louis Vuitton, I ain't never seen a Louis Vuitton commercial in my life. A lot of these big companies, shoot, they so exclusive, and you got to be rich. You got to have a membership card just to shop there. Like you can't just walk in the store and buy a Rich and Millie watch. You can't do it. Like you can't order one online. You have to have an exclusive like membership, and you got to apply for that to get in to be able to get the watch.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying.
That's all, man. Don't get fooled by it. You know, just being an idiot, man. Come on.
It's heavy what you just said, because like you were saying, like they push the holidays, the traditions, the customs. All that is to me is like, you know, part of it to me is like mind control. It's like they program you from the time you a child, like Easter, the bunny hides eggs and all this other foolishness. You know, it's like programming. And it's like you're being a robot to society really because of what you see from the time you're young. You end up believing it because when you're a child, you're impressionable. You're young, you don't really know no better. But as time progresses, it's like it sticks with you in a sense. You understand?
Come on.
So like you said, basically, to Officer Zanyan Allah has always said, it's feelings, based on a feeling. So it's like, you know.
Yeah. And how you getting anybody to do anything? You make them feel like they should do it. You understand? They feel like they should do it. It's hard to fight against your feelings. It's hard to fight against your flesh. You understand? And so that's why we do the things that we do. Like we celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then our parents know that Christmas ain't worth a damn. Our parents know Thanksgiving ain't worth a damn, but they say it's for what?
It's like it, sir. The kids.
It's for the kids. Well, it ain't for no damn kids. You understand?
It's like it.
Don't got nothing to do with no kids. It got everything to do with you and your feelings. What you feel like is right. You understand? Come on.
It's like half the time, so like if I may, it's like half the time, if you celebrate Christmas, you half the time not gonna remember what happened on that day. Like years later,
yeah, as a child, of course. You understand? That's how you know. It's like it ain't got nothing. I don't remember my first birthday. I don't remember my second birthday or my third birthday. I don't remember none of that. You understand? But yet, I can imagine my mom had a lot of fun. I can imagine that she got drunk. I bet you my mom got drunk on my first birthday. You know why? Because it was for her. It was for her, man. Ain't had nothing to do with me. You understand? And that's what we fall so victim to the ways of the heathen and these other cultures that we don't even understand. We can't even see how it's destroying us because they dressing it up. It's like they telling you that something is a Wagyu steak, but it's really a piece of shit that you eating. And you eating this piece of feces, this manure, and it's killing you slowly. But yet you sit and you steady eating it because they season it with salt. They season it with pepper and thyme and garlic, and they basted it. They roasted it on the oven, and they made it. They made it. You think you eating a Wagyu steak? You think you eating T-bone steak, a New York strip, but really it's something that's bad for you. It's terrible for you. And they, come on.
Isn't that like chitlins? Basically,
I just found out that chitlins is pork rinds is like blistering of the skin of a pig.
Yeah, it's like chitlins is like
y'all niggas eat that?
The cheeks of it.
I'm saying in the world you ate that? Because I never ate pork, so I could talk my crap. Y'all niggas nasty. You ate pork, didn't you, Maisha? You nasty as hell. You ain't never ate pork? I know. Did you eat pork? You ate pork. I know you ate pork. So you laughing. I know Tabuan. Nah, Tabuan probably ate. You did? Nigga, how you eat pork? Fake. Oh man, good. Now I know Gapardo tore down on some chitlins, boy. Yeah, what'd you eat? What'd you eat that was pork? You ate some pork though. I ain't never tasted swine's flesh. Look, hey, bro, I can thank how it was for me. Nigga. Like, so lock here, brother. I ain't no better than you. I ain't look. Hey, and it was the best thing in my life. I ain't no pork chicken. What is it?
The intestines of the pig.
Yeah, that's disgusting. That's nasty. Either way, yeah, I just found out that pork rinds is like they boil water and pour it on the skin and it scabs up or blisters up, and then you pour hot sauce on it, you eat it. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Y'all niggas better not ever talk nothing about an IPA ever again. You pork blistering eating bastards. I'll play. It's Salaki. I'm just playing. Salaki. We joke around a little bit in the nation of Israel, man. That's a joke.
You said an IPA?
Yeah, man. I'm just joking around. This is a beer, man. It is nasty, but it has great purpose. Either way, back to the topic, man. That was our 30 seconds of fun in the truth. But either way, so what was we talking about? I mean, yeah, no, I had Zephaniah. You could drop Zephaniah 2-1, but to the brother's question, did that answer your question?
Okay.
All right. Any other questions in the back?
Come on, sir, if I may. Other than besides Zephaniah 2:1, could I have get any more scriptures on like one body, as in blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians need to be of one body, one group, not scattered amongst many? Basically, scriptures that cut so-called Israelite groups.
Give me Mark 10:8. I mean, not Mark 10:8. Mark 10:8. I think that's dealing with like a man and a wife. Give me Ephesians 4:5.
It's the book of Ephesians.
You can start at verse 1. Salaki.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called.
Now, what does that mean? Prisoner of the Lord.
So, like, is there a servant? Or
it means that you're binded. You're binded into serving the Most High. Right? You're a prisoner of the Lord. That means you have no choice other than to follow what the Lord tells you to do. Which means that you don't have what? If you're a prisoner of the Lord, you don't have what?
Free will, sir.
You don't have free will. Right? You can't be August Alsina.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. Mm-hmm. With all lowliness and meekness.
With all what?
Lowliness and meekness.
With all lowliness and meekness. Keep going.
With long suffering. Forbearing one another. What's like it? One another in love.
Forbearing one another in love. Meaning what? What is long suffering?
It's like, is there enduring?
Enduring what?
In service of the Lord. Or enduring the hardships. Or during hardships.
Not in this context. What is the long suffering talking about here? Young man.
Would it be like being obedient like to the law, statutes, and commandments, sir?
So like you say, brotherhood.
Brotherhood. Right? You long suffering your brother. You understand? You suffering him because of course being brothers with other brothers, you gonna have odds. You're gonna have problems that arise. Right. You understand? You're gonna have to long suffer that. You're gonna have to deal with that. You understand? Keep going.
Okay. Verse 3.
Hold on, read that last part.
Book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 2.
Forbearing,
forbearing one another in love.
Forbearing one another in love. You understand? You love like the scriptures say that love believeth all things. Love suffereth long. You understand? That's what love is. And you're going to have to believe your brother. You're going to have to suffer your brother. You're going to have to forgive your brother. You understand? And you're going to have to do it forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You're going to have to keep doing it.
Okay.
That was another UPK joke, but no sweat. All right? Keep going.
Okay. Verse 3.
Uh-huh.
Endeavoring to keep the unity of the spirit in the bond of peace.
Now, you're endeavoring, meaning that this is a what? What is it, endeavor? He looking it up, I think. You got it?
Oh, endeavoring, would that be like
I think he's looking it up.
It's like, sir, the Oxford Dictionary definition: endeavor is an attempt to achieve a goal.
Right. Right. So this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to keep the unity of the spirit in the bond of peace. Right? Keep going.
Endeavoring to keep the unity of the spirit in the bond of peace,
Which is our goal. Keep going.
Verse 4.
Now, how do you accomplish that goal? How do you complete that endeavor? Read.
Verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
There is one body.
There is one body. What is that body?
It's like, sir, the ISUPK, sir.
How do you know?
Because this is where it all started, sir. This is the home of the truth. This is where we learned the truth of the Bible and how all those other camps broke off from this.
Go ahead.
What, with the scripture, sir?
No, I mean that's it.
Yeah, kamikaze. That's how.
Come on.
Salakia, sir.
Uh-huh.
Could we follow the law, statutes, commandments?
Nigga, I follow the law, statutes, and commandments. What that mean? Look, you're gonna have to learn how to battle up in here because I'm gonna play Christian quick. What you mean you follow the law, statutes, and commandments? What that got to do anything? I follow it. I'm in BD good night. I'm in ZZXYTF group, Israelite group. And I follow the law, statutes, and commandments. So how are you the one body? Cut him. Cut. Passover. This year gonna be in my apartment complex now because you just got cut.
Oh, Salakia.
I ain't no else like you got cut. Now you done. Pack it up. Pack up your camp and leave. You said if I cut you, you leave your camp, right? You ain't gonna never come back out here. Take off them boots. Take off that headpiece. Take off that UPK shirt. Go home because you cut. You've been robbed. Come on, man. Tabawan, they need your help. These niggas, they bleeding out in here. They cut. Yeah, they done. They cut. He trying to hand the mic. He trying to hand the mic off. Yo, come on, man. You asked, I said, how are you the one body? And you said, because we follow the law. Well, I'm in ZZYTF and I follow the law too. I don't eat pork. I don't eat shrimp. I don't eat lobster. How are you the one body? You might want to take a shot.
What was I say? How do you see us together?
No?
Nah.
All right, no sweat. Give me John chapter 14 and verse 6.
That's crazy.
All right, you could go a lot of people. You could go a lot of ways with this. Like, for one, I would have told whoever is from YYTGF, I would have told them that they don't follow the law. How do you know that they don't follow the law? Exactly. How could they be following the law if they're not here with you? Come on now. You understand?
Like, so, okay. I say to them, okay, you're not in this group.
Go ahead, take the mic.
So yeah, that's how you answer them. Say, okay, you're not in this group, but they say, why? Back to your question right here in Ephesians, why are we the one body? Or how would I say it to them, express it to them that we're the one body that you're supposed to be of?
Hold on one second. I was reading something.
Come.
Hold on one second. Give me John 10 and 1. All right. No, you can drop 14 and 6. Give me 10 and 1. It's a better one. All right. Now your question was what again? Slaggy.
Okay, so you say to them, okay, you're not part of the one body. Well, you're not following Christ because you're in another group.
Mm-hmm.
But there,
you want to be the Christian? I'll be the priest. You could be the Christian.
Come on, sir. So okay,
no sweat. The ISUBK is the home of the truth. If you're not a part of the ISUBK, you are a Christian and you are not in the truth. That's right.
Okay, well, how do you know you have the truth, or how do I know you're the one body of Christ?
Because I'm the nigga on the podium and you some nigga in the audience.
Okay, well, what does that mean? I mean, shoot, I'm over here. I'm out here. I think I'm following the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah, I understand, brother. But here's what you gotta understand. Give me John chapter 10 and verse 1.
Okay, it's the book of John, chapter 10, verse 1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way.
Like, I know you want to be an Israelite. I get it. I know being an Israelite is the greatest thing on earth. I understand that, brother. I know you want to be an Israelite. I know you want to look at what Paul did and what Peter did and what the disciples did. And I know you think that that's very glorious. And I understand that. I got compassion on you, brother, and empathy and all of that. Right. However, you didn't do it in the way that those brothers did it. You didn't go through what those brothers had to go through. You didn't get chastised at the way that those brothers got chastised. Who's the brother whose father died? You understand? And Christ told him that he could not mourn and he had to go to work. Was it Mark?
You talking about when Christ says, "Let the dead bury the dead"?
Yeah.
I just read that the other day too.
I want to say it's Mark, but I may be mistaken. But either way, this brother got told to not even mourn his own father and to go back to work. There was brothers who hopped off a boat, and Christ said, "Follow me, and I will make you fishermen of men." They hopped off a boat and left their families. Imagine how hard that is. You looking at it as a biblical perspective, but think about this in real life. They hopped off a ship and went and followed some man who taught them how to go and teach the gospel of Christ. You understand the truth about the Lord, and they left their families to go do this. There was times when the disciples didn't know what they was going to eat. There was time when the disciples thought that they was going to die for what they was doing. You understand? And they got checked by Christ. Peter told Christ to not go and be crucified by the Romans. And Christ said, "Get thee behind me, Satan." Christ called his own right-hand man a devil. He called his nigga a devil. You understand? Because he tried to tell Christ to not follow an order that the Lord had to give him. They had to go through that pain and that chastisement to be called the disciples of Christ. Now, what pain have you had to go through? Who are you under?
Right.
Who left you in charge? When did your school start teaching? Because the Israelite school of UPK been here since 1969, and everything you know has came from them. Everything. What tribe you from? And if you say Judah, then where'd you get it from? How you know you from the tribe of Levi? How you know to go out into the highways and the byways and stand on the pulpit of wood and prophesy into the wind? Who taught you that? Right. Who showed you how it was done? Because Peter ain't here. Paul ain't here. Samson ain't here. All the Mark ain't here. Matthew ain't here. John ain't here. So how do you know to do what you do? How you wear the garments like how you wear? Where you get that inspiration from? Who even taught you about fringes? Where you see that from? Who taught you about the Lashawan Quadash, Abba Gada Hawazah? Who taught you that? Right. Who taught you the Assyrian? Who taught you how to say Shalom? Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah Barakatah. Yahweh Shema Alatah Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah. Who taught you that? And better yet, for all of you idiot bastards who better pay some damn respect, who the hell went to fight for you to speak on street corners, you idiots? That's right. Who went to bat against the courts so that you can have the right to say whatever nonsense you say on the street corners with a mic and some terrible ass sign? Well, now when you can answer that, you can answer this. That's right. Now you see why you're not in the truth. You understand? Because you don't pay homage to your daddy, which is Commander General Yohana, the head of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And that's that. And I'm not done with the scripture either. Come on.
I was going to say, when you just talked about the verse with the follow me and let the dead bury there, that was book of Matthew 8:22.
Okay, well, it may have been Matthew then.
Yeah, it was Matthew.
Right? Maybe. I don't know. Matthew may have just been recalling what he was saying to another prophet, though. Right? This is Matthew's account of what happened. Right? But read what you got. Verse 10. Uh-huh.
He that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way.
You didn't come in here under Commander General Yohana in the Isupk in 1969 to learn that you was from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
You got that you was the tribe of Judah from where again? Where'd you learn you was from the tribe of Judah? Yeah, he in ZZZ group. ZZZ member. Where did you learn that you was from the tribe of Judah? Remember, we at camp. I'm on the microphone. You're the fake Israelite group. Where did you learn you was from the tribe of Judah?
From Bishop that guy, you know.
Where he learning from?
He got a beard.
Where he learning from?
You know what? Damn.
And where did he learn it from?
Good night. I guess.
Salakia, the bishop of ZZZZZ learned it from the Isupk and then went off and did his own thing. But if I could, I'm not with this guy. My name is Officer of 1,000 Dabawan.
My nigga, I know I recognize you. Hell yeah.
Right. But what you're saying is so heavy because, you know, it's like you never really think about it, but check it out. Like, we always say it, you know, we say like, this is the old 1 West. There is no old 1 West. This is the same school. Every time General Hyman goes somewhere, he say this damn place looks exactly like the school at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. So we going through the same school. So guess what? Officer Maya Shar learned from the same school that your elder learned from. Yeah. Officer Maya Shar learned from the same school that your bishop learned from. But you learned from, you know, ZZZ group or Wi-Fi or whatever the hell the name of your goddamn fake Israelite group is. So like we always say, a trooper in this school is better than all of them cats because they're learning from the source with no shame. You know what I'm saying? I know something. We seen it firsthand. Like I'm talking about, but
no, you good. Come on.
We seen it firsthand, brother. I know that some of these dudes see. It used to be that these dudes would, you know, they learn in 1 West, then they break off, start their own thing, and then somebody would break off from them and break off. Mm-hmm. It's getting bad now. Now these dudes is hitting the internet. They're not even in a fake Israelite group. They just starting their own out of the blue. They're just watching videos and saying, I'm gonna start the ZZG group.
Man, there's some brother in Wilmington, and he holds camp alone, like on the docks of Wilmington. He's like by himself, like the camera's a camera stand. It's not a man. He has like one sign, and he stands behind that sign. I guess the sign is his shamar, and he has a microphone, and he just teaches all night. And I guess he's like the prophet in the wilderness by himself. I don't know what he thinks he is.
Right. Good night. So like just to end it off, it's like that crap right there. It shows you, because guess what? If there is no one body and nobody has the whole truth, then he's not doing nothing wrong. Why shouldn't he go out there with his one sign on Shamar and his camera that I should run past and smack to the ground? He should do that. Just like you fake Israelite groups break off, and then your students break. I encourage your students to break off. If you are in the ZZZ group, I encourage your students to make the ZZB group. Right. ZZG, keep going, just keep doing it. Might as well, because that's what you did. Right. There's only one school filled with brothers that can say we never broke off of nothing, and that's the Isupk on the command.
Damn right. Yeah,
that's it.
Damn right. You understand, GP? What you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna just back up what Tabawan is saying. Like, I remember a few years ago when I came into the truth, or no, rather before I even came into the truth, when I was just looking at stuff online. When you typed in like Hebrew Israelite on YouTube, you saw a few videos. That was it. You didn't see all this stuff you see now. It was only a few group of people. That was it. And like Tabawan said, and even during those times when you saw those other groups, a lot of times those were people that broke off from the school. So they at least had some bit of knowledge from the school. But now, like Tabawan said, it's cast is just, they might see a video of us or somebody else, crack open a book, get a little portable, I don't know what you call it, them damn things, little portable mics, grab a damn sign. Like we saw some brothers like that in Fayetteville a few weeks ago. They had a sister out there with them. They out there praying. Like, but that's
gonna do it.
That goes to show you, man, like in Israel, pride is a motherfucker, excuse my language. But it's like, if you're willing to do all of that, put on it ain't a scarf, it's a damn turban. But if you're willing to put on all that attire, go out there I don't want to call that camp, but go out there on the street corner with a sign, a mic, and a podium. I'm like, damn, bro, just get in all black and get in the damn school. If you're going to do all that.
Yeah, man. That's good, man.
At least learn the proper way.
Yeah, man. You understand? And really what I would really go into is just break down the history of it, then. Where the 12 tribe chart came from. Who was the priest who came up with it? You understand? And they don't say Ariah. How Ariah got it? What's the history behind it? They don't know. They don't know that Ariah fell down a damn elevator shaft and broke his legs. I think it was his legs, if I'm not mistaken. And he was immobile for 3 years. And in 3 years, he had nothing to do but to study and read and dream. Yep. And then he brought his vision to the high priest of the school, and his vision it was true. That the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel was blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man. But they don't know that. I guess they know it now. Salakia. Go ahead. What you got?
You say this man broke his legs and stayed in the house for 3 years.
Yeah, he broke his legs, man.
Damn. Good night.
Cool.
And even with that same story, I mean, I thought it was his back, but it might have been his legs. But whatever,
he was in a wheelchair, something.
Right. But it's just like the things the price that brothers in the truth had to pay to get this knowledge and wisdom and understanding of the Bible. But you got brothers that can get that, excuse my language, but you can get that ish for free. But instead of coming to the truth where you learned it from, you decide to go do your own thing. That's a spit in the face, man.
Yeah. Which is what the scripture is talking about, right? Read it again. You have something, Tabawan? Come on, read it again.
Come. Book of John, chapter 10, verse 1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is as a thief and a robber.
So they stealing, man. They stealing the glory of the Most High, man. They stealing the glory with the high priest did, man. What Abba Bibbins laid down, man. Abba Bibbins laid his life down for One West. And you go out here and you rep something else. You go out here and you claim to be IUIC and GMS, but yet you still pay homage to One West. When Abba Bibbins was murdered in the name and teaching that Christ was black, and he was one of the the foundation of One West.
That's right.
But yet you go and they still, that's why I can't stand FIGs, man. Because they always want to pay homage to One West. Oh, yeah, a Shalom, Yahweh, Akoti, Makoti, Nanoti. But, before I say anything, I just want to pay homage to One West. Like, what are you talking about, pay homage? You don't even know what it means to pay homage, man. You understand? Like you just, I never understood that, man. But they like thieves and robbers, man. I can never rock with them. So like, don't bring them up in here. You understand? Come on. Or
a question online.
God, we'll read verse 7. Mm-hmm.
Book of John, chapter 10, verse 7. Then said Yahushua unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep.
I am the door of the sheep. Meaning, if you want to get into the kingdom of heaven, you got to go through who? You got to go through Christ. After Christ died, who did you have to go through?
His apostles, sir.
Who in specific?
Paul, sir.
Nope.
Peter.
Peter. You had to go through Peter if you wanted to get in the kingdom of heaven. You didn't go through Lazarus. You didn't go through John. You didn't go through Samson. You went through Peter. You understand? And that's really going into my topic. But I'm gonna take this other question. But you got to understand that, like all throughout the Bible, the Lord has always dealt with one brother that was the head of the nation of Israel, all the time, and all the way through from Christ to Peter, through all the disciples after Peter, after he died, all the way until we lost the truth and got discombobulated from the Renaissance era, and the lies of America. I mean, the lies of our oppressors started to spread throughout the earth. And all the way until us being enslaved in America, now that truth has been like the book of Revelation saying the earth opened up its mouth and swallowed up the lies, man. That happened in 1969, man. That is when the earth opened up its mouth, and now it allowed the truth to come back, and the Lord started to reestablish its name in 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. That's where the Lord established his name, and that's where we stand today. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 8. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers. But the sheep did not hear them.
But the sheep did not hear them, meaning the ones who the Lord want don't hear them, man. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 9. I am the door.
Christ said, I am the door. Keep going.
By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved.
By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved. Meaning what? There is no such thing as a fake Israelite group.
That's right.
It's not possible. Christ said, by me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved. So how do you think that now there's multiple doors? There isn't multiple doors. It's still just one door. Keep going.
And shall go in and out and find pasture.
And he shall go in and out and find pasture, man. He can find rest, whatever he do. But the truth is in 1 West.
Damn right.
And if you want to be in the truth, you got to be in the Israelite school of UPK. You understand? Under Commander General Yohana, and that's that. Simple. Come on. What's the question?
All right. So this is a question from my sister. Jay, she said, question, what is a woman's role in the ISUPK?
A woman's role in the ISUPK is to be the helpmate of this whole nation. You understand? Everything that you see in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, behind the gloriousness of everything, the buildings, the Passover, the unleavened bread, the priests and prophets that you see go out to camp, there is some woman who was being the engine that keeps that car moving. You understand? There is some woman who is slaving to make sure that brothers can have food in their stomach so that they can go out and prophesy. There's some woman who is slaving to braid hair so that brothers can look glorious when they go into the prison departments and teach brothers to not sell drugs, to not be murderers and thieves and pimps and whoremongers and things like that. Everything that you see in the school, there is a woman that stands strong behind some brother to make sure that that brother never falls. You understand? She is the support of the Israelite School of UPK, which is why our women in the UPK are the greatest women on the face of the planet Earth, man. You understand? They are the greatest because they are the support to everything that you see. All you see is brothers who get to go out and go to war, and they get to put their lives on the line and get spit on at camp and get attacked at camp and have to battle and have to debate and have to always win. Like being in the Israelite school of UPK isn't like just being some Israelite. It's not the same thing. Don't get it misconstrued. And here, there's so much pressure to be one of us. Like, can you imagine that you can't lose a debate? Do you imagine that you don't have the term, well, brother, I just want to build with you to fall upon on? Fake Israelites can always say, well, brother, I just want to build. You know why they say that? I was going to say something mean. It's because they suck. That's why. That's why they say that. Weak, sorry, suck men, Paul, Salakia, they suck at everything that they have to say. I'm just trying to build with you, brother. No, nigga, you just don't know the answer. That's why. Damn Lego block. Get the hell out of here. You understand? In the UPK, you can't be a Lego block. Nigga, we the real deal. We the fortress of this truth. Ain't no building on top of us, man. Pause. You understand, Salakia? We built. We've been built since 1969, and we solid. And no one has ever been able to tear us down. Not the Christian church, not the Catholic church, not Muslims, not Egyptologists, not Polite, not Imam Bashir, not Sarnetta, not nobody. You understand? No one has been able to beat us in the debate, and we have to stand on that. And we stand on that strongly, and firmly. And so, I don't, But after you see all of that, there is women. Like, the reason why the UPK is so strong is because we got strong women, man. There's a story about Commander General Yohana and how he had to leave New York. Well, I know he had to keep the school in Philadelphia open, and he was the only brother. You understand? And his rib, Commander General Yohana lost his home in Philly. You understand? If I'm not mistaken, lost his home and went and slept inside the school and sent his wife. If I'm not mistaken, I think it might be North Carolina. It may be, I might be mistaken, but it doesn't really matter too much. But he sent his wife down south. It may be North Carolina. I know Commander General, I ain't gonna say that, but he sent his wife down south. You understand? And Commander General Yohana stayed inside the school and paid rent in the building so that the school could stay open, and he lived inside the school. Who do you think paid for the rent in that building? Yeah, them women did that. Them sisters did that. You understand? They sacrificed the money they was making to send that money back up to Philly so that General Mahiman can walk through them doors. You understand? So that General Mayat can walk through them doors. So that the generals that we see, the brothers that we see, can walk through those doors and then start to help alleviate some of that stress off of her. You understand? But there was a strong sister who played her role, and she played it well. She played it well. Give her a hand. Give all those sisters a hand, man. Those sisters who sacrificed so that we can have what we have today. You understand? But that's the role of a woman inside of the truth, man, is to be a helpmate unto the truth. And then when she get married, to be a helpmate unto your husband, man. Whatever goals that your husband has, then you help him achieve those goals. And you understand? Your husband wanting to go out and take over a new zone, or he want to get into the prison department, then if he need flyers or he need cards, a business card, or t-shirts made, or garments, whatever he need, you be the person that help him get it done, man. You understand? And I hope that answers your question. That's just a general answer, but that's the answer, man. You be a helpmate to the truth, and if you married, then you a helpmate to your husband, to your Lord. Anything else? Was that it on her question? Anything else? All right, give me 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 12. That's all we got. No sweat. Now we're going to talk about leadership. All right, we're going to talk about what it means to be a leader. What does it mean to have zeal? Maisha? How do you have zeal in the truth?
So like I would say like having zeal would be like being amongst the brethren, being amongst the brotherhood, like going to camp, making your classes, just the brotherhood alone, like being amongst your brothers. Would that be zeal? A form of it?
Not necessarily. Remember, zeal can turn into like. Go ahead, Hawan.
Salaki, I would say zeal would be like you say work for the Lord. Like it's like your work ethic in a way.
If I may, having brotherhood, being around the brethren.
To be zealous, you have to be pure. You have to be right in the things that you do. You understand? You have to be pure in what you do. You have to be righteous. You understand? Like just like Tazadakia. Tazadakia was zealous, right? But where did his zealousness lead him? To death. You understand? Because he wasn't pure in what he did. It's almost like a vehicle rolling down a hill. A vehicle rolling down a hill without an engine still does what? It still rolls down that hill. But what you want to have is that engine. You want to have the thing that's keeping you moving. And the thing that's keeping you moving is you not eating pork. It's you not sleeping with whores. It's you not selling drugs. You understand? Because that's the thing that shows your zealousness. It's not that you're moving, but it's how you move. It's the things that you do with your speech, the way that you conduct yourself, the way that you talk to brothers and sisters, your compassion that you have for each other, the empathy, the way that you're able to reason, the way that you're able to fight against yourself. That's zealousness. You understand? Anything else is just a car rolling down a hill. And sometimes the Lord can make that hill very steep. And he can make you roll and roll and roll until you crash and you burn. Because that's not zeal. You understand? A lot of people mistake zeal for enthusiasm. It's not the same thing. Someone who is zealous, you see it. It shines over them because of what they do. You understand? And how they do it. Read 1 Timothy 14 and 12. Who had it? 1 Timothy 4 and 12.
It's the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Let no man despise thy youth,
but
be thou an example of the believers.
Be an example of the believers. You want to be a leader? Then the Lord called you to be a leader. Then you're gonna have to be an example for the men that follow you. You're gonna have to be the type of man that people can look up to and they can learn from what you do. You understand? They can learn from the trials that you have to go through and how you handle it. They can learn from how you speak to other brothers. They can learn from how you correct other brothers and how you chastise other brothers. And as a leader, you got to understand this too, that you got to watch what you do. You got to watch how you treat the men below you. You got to watch how you chat. You got to be able to read the spirit of brothers. You can't just be the same person. Like being a leader, you cannot be selfish. You have to be selfless. Because being a leader has nothing to do with you ever. You understand? It has nothing to do with you and what you want and how you feel. It has everything to do with the men that you're leading. Because if you run every man that you're leading away, then you can't be what? Because who you gonna lead? Ain't nobody that's gonna follow you. You have to be the type of man that'll follow you. Captain Zakar just taught me a valuable lesson in what Commander General Yohana taught him. He said that Commander General Yohana taught him that he had to watch how he corrected certain brothers that's below him. Because if he corrected someone who's below him too hard, too harshly, then it could make him leave the truth. It could make him hate the truth. But he could always wait for that brother to rise in rank and correct him as he goes. Because then he'll be stronger. He'll be more grounded into the truth. So now he'll be able to understand more than you trying to teach a 3-year-old baby that they can't eat too much sugar, that they can't eat too much candy. Sometimes you got to look at a brother and you got to say, this brother needs to grow a little bit more before I come down on him, because they can't take it right now, and you'll make them hate the truth. You have to be the type of leader to look at the men below you and know when you have to check them and when not to check them. And they'll learn from you. And eventually they'll come to you and they'll say, what? Man, nigga, I don't know how the hell you dealt with me, Top One. Nigga, I know I was terrible. I know you used to tell me to do stuff and I would just blatantly not do it. Well, I would blatantly, like, you tell me to sweep the floor and I would like sweep 10 times and then say I swept the floor and then leave. And I know you seen me do that. You understand? But Thaba Wan, was so well of a leader that he didn't come down on him too hard. And now that brother remembers that forever. Now you can trust that man to be a leader to the men under him. Right? Read it again.
Like it. 4 and 12. This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 12. Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers. In word.
In word. Remember what we said of zeal is, what zealousness is. It's not what you do, it's how you do. Right? In word. Keep going.
In conversation.
In conversation.
In charity.
In charity. What is charity?
Like it. I'll say word for the Lord, like
brotherhood.
Brotherhood.
Right? Keep going.
In spirit.
In spirit.
In faith.
In faith. And what?
In purity.
In purity. Right? This is what zealousness is. Give me Philippians chapter 2 and verse 3.
Philippians
2 and 3.
Okay. Got you. This is the book of Philippians, chapter 2, verse 3. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory.
Remember, we're talking about what a leader is. What does strife mean?
So like, I would say, like hate, I guess you could say, or like, see, make sure I don't use the word wrong.
Strife, for time's sake, is anger or bitter disagreement, right? It's anger, right? Conflict. That's what strife is. So don't let nothing be done in strife. Don't let the truth become so personal that it makes you hate the brothers around you. What we do in here is not personal. It's not personal. Meaning, you may be cool, like Thaba Wan is my second. Not my second, but he's my 2. He's my brother. But if I'm doing something wrong and Thaba Wan has to check me, it's not personal. Don't make this so personal that you hate the truth, because the truth isn't personal. You understand? That checking is a checking. Simple. That's it. A demotional rank is a demotional rank. Simple. There's been many times where I've done this, right? I've never been emotional in this aspect. I've always been able to take a check-in. So I've been able to experience this. I've gotten checked by General Mahayman so bad, and then after the check-in, I would hang up the phone and then do. Hey, Salakia, General, I was just calling because I just wanted to know if it was possible if I could do this, or if it was possible if I could do that. And General Mahayman answered the phone. Salam, how may I help you? Okay, Yama, what are you asking for again? Okay, Khan. All right, no sweat. Well, make sure you just running by your camp leader, all right? All right, is anything else? Yada. You would have thought by the checking that General Mahayman just gave me that he hated me. But then after I'm done with the checking, I call him. Salakia, sir, I just wanted to call and get some. Literally, right after the phone goes off, I call him right back. Salakia, sir, I just wanted to get some advice on me playing football in college. So I just wanted to know what your opinion was, what your counsel was on it. Okay, yeah, what's going on, Yarmak? Yeah, so I was thinking about this and I was thinking about that. Okay, well, Yarmak, if this is what I would say. This is what I would do. This is that. This is this. This is what I would do, and this, that, and the third. You would think that General Mahayman would hate me from what he said previously. I mean, he probably said something like he was going to grind me up to dust and throw me off of a bridge in a previous conversation. But here we are 5 seconds later on the phone, and he's giving me advice in the most kindest way that you could ever imagine. in the most helpful way that you could ever think of. You understand? Because this is not personal. This is our job. You understand? And you don't want to make this so personal that it makes you hate the truth. You understand? Because that'll make it hard for you to take a checking, and it'll make it hard for you to give one. And if you make it so personal that you can't give a checking, then you'll allow drug dealers to roam free in the school. You'll be the one to allow child molesters to roam free in these ranks, because you'll feel like, well, I can't check him because he's my friend. I can't check him because I love Thabawan. Or Thabawan can't check Isupk because we came into school and we're friends and we're brothers. So if I see Isupk smoking a blunt, I can't check him. No. Because us being brothers has nothing to do with us doing the work of the Lord. You understand? Read that again.
It's the book of Philippians, chapter 2, verse 3. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory.
So let nothing be done through strife or vainglory. Don't check somebody because of hatred. You see a brother got an evil eye towards you, you don't check him just because you think he don't like you. Don't be on his case because you think he hates you, because you think he has a problem with you. Why? Because if you do that, it becomes what?
It becomes basically,
we just talked about it. What should it not be?
Unbrotherly.
Thabawan, it becomes personal. You're checking him because you think something personally in your head, right? You shouldn't do that. Keep going.
But in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves.
But in lowliness of mind, let us esteem other better than themselves, man. You go to Commander General Yohana right now, you say, man, Commander General Yohana, man, you that nigga, bro. What you think Commander General Yohana gonna say? He gonna say, Ak, you that nigga. You that nigga, man. I'm nothing and you are everything. You understand? And that's something that's so surreal. You don't hear that in the world. You don't hear T.D. Jakes telling his congregation that they them people, that they really the glory of the God. You understand? You don't hear that. You go into the gang, in the gang world, you go to the OG, man, OG, you that nigga. He like, yeah, nigga, I put in work, cuz. I did this. I did that. I did this, that, and the third. Yeah, I'm that nigga. Right? But in the Israelite school of UPK, you go to a brother and say, man, you that nigga, bro. And a brother will fight you tooth and nail to not ever say that again. Because he going to say, man, you are that nigga, man. You are the reason why we here. You the reason why the truth is what it is, man. Not because of me, but because you in here putting in the work that you putting in. And that's what makes us all great. Go ahead. What you got?
It's lucky because, if I may, it's like in the world, it's like everybody wants the credit. It's no brotherhood or sisterhood. It's more of a verbatim, or it's like a competitiveness. You know what I'm saying?
In the world, everyone in the world wants the rest of the world to be beneath them because they feel that that's the only way that they can have glory. And here, we only have glory if another brother gets it. Because without them, we have nothing. If I don't have my brother, like what's the point in being rich and having an island that's by myself if I ain't got a brother to share with? What point is that? Who I'm gonna play dice with? Who I'm gonna play cards with and what's you call it? What's the card game? Spades. Who I'm gonna play spades with? I'd rather be broke out. I'd rather be them niggas and boys in the hood playing spades in the back of the basement drinking a 40 ounce. I'd rather be them than to be Elon Musk alone on Papoose Island drinking cherry wine sign drinks. I don't know. I don't know what rich white people drink. I'm not rich and I'm not white. You understand? But the brotherhood that we have is everything. And as a leader, you have to be because you got to remember that the people who's coming into the school under you, they have never seen that before. But you got to be the type of brother that's going to show them that, man. Which is why the Israelite School of UPK is so important. Which is why we could never look to August Alsina as a leader.
That's right.
This is why we can never look to Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg as leaders, because they will continuously put stumbling blocks in front of us. They won't teach us what the Bible is teaching us. They won't teach us to put another brother before ourselves, to give all the glory to the Lord, man, and to the brothers who war amongst us every day. They won't teach us to do that. They'll teach us to go and get the glory for ourselves and get the money for ourselves. And everybody, got to eat and live and die and fight for themselves. That's what the world teaches us, man. But that's not what the Bible teaches us. The Bible teaches us to gather together, O nation not desire, man. And there is one man on the face of the planet Earth that has been teaching us to do that since he's been the head of the nation of Israel. And that's Commanding General Yohana, the Israelite School of UPK, man. And that's it. You understand? And we're going to show you an extravagant example of what the Bible is talking about. You want to witness the kingdom of heaven? Then you make sure that you make your narrow behind down to Raleigh, North Carolina on April 1st and that whole week, so that you can see the 54th annual Passover hosted by the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander General Yohana. Because in the words of Captain Yatazak and the rest of H-Town, it's going down out here in Raleigh, North Carolina, man. Officer Al-Rock, he done stamped the city as the bridge. We the ones that bridge the gap from the south and the north, but we gonna bring y'all all together, man. We got something for the north, we got something for the south. You understand? We ain't got so much rats, but we got pizza for all of you New Yorkers out there. And in the south, we got all of the grits that you can eat and collard greens and all of that. So it's going down. We got water on the East Coast. If you want to go out to the beach, for all of you Californians and everybody in the middle, there's grass out here too for y'all, so y'all can come and get some. And it's going down out here, man, because it's about to be lit. And the Brotherhood is going to be extravagant, man. So y'all start preparing for that, man. And remember, keep subscribing to these channels, post these classes, like, comment on these classes, ask your questions. If you're a woman, keep supporting your husband in this truth, man, because you're very vital. You're very important, man. You're very important to the work of the Lord, and we can't do this without you, man. You're going to be on them chariots too, so you go ahead and, get on, sister. Get on with your bad self. You understand? Like they used to say. What they say that? Where that came from? The 80s? With your bad self. What, the 90s, the 80s, 70s? Get on with your bad self, sis. You understand? You do that damn thing, man, and you make sure that you make it to that Passover so that we can see all of the gloriousnesses come together and converge out here on Raleigh, North Carolina, man. And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to Priest and Officer Tabawan, man, at the water.
Isupk security announcements. We are the Isupk, start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation will be the Feast of Hanukkah, which means the dedication. That'll be going down December 17th. If you're in the North Carolina area, we'll be holding this one in the Charlotte School. Well, really, it's in Kannapolis. I think the address is 1539 Northridge Avenue, if I'm not mistaken. But if you need those exact coordinates, just get with one of the priests, and we will provide that for you. Also want to remind Akim and Akwathi to check on social media. Site is isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for Isupk events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he needs to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband or scarf. And with that, I majum, which means to stand.